welcome to a brand new episode of Sipping Tea with Suzanne. I'm so excited to be here, and I really want to thank you guys for bearing
Mhm.
with us. We did have had to reschedule yesterday, as you know, life be lifing out here, so we had to reschedule. So we are on a Thursday, but I appreciate you guys, those that are subscribed on YouTube and those that are watching on Facebook. I appreciate you guys sticking with us and tuning in today because I have in the studio with me the phenomenal Miss Carla Delacruz Davila. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So this is her second time. She was here during season one. I'm excited to welcome her back in season three. There's so many things that are happening in her life, and I can't wait to chat with her. And yeah, it's gonna be a good show. But first, I do want to highlight a couple of folks. Thank you guys who have stuck with us throughout. I appreciate the subscribers on YouTube, on the Positive Vibe Studio, and the followers on Facebook. Thank you all so much for that. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys' recommendations and all that you do to, just show your love and your support. I appreciate you. Thank you to our wonderful producer, Paul Anderson, our executive producer, flaw, flaw, fancy names and titles. um, for making the magic happen week after week, and also to Paul Anderson Photography for being our sponsor. So we have some exciting news in the month of January because we want to make sure that you guys have time to really relax and watch the show. The Sip and Tea with Suzanne show is going to move to 6 p.m. On Wednesdays. It's still on Wednesday, but it's going to move to 6 p.m. to give you an opportunity to come home to relax, to pull up a cup of tea and sip your tea with us and enjoy the show. So that's it. And we are also in the market for sponsors. So if you're looking to be a sponsor, to have your product or your brand or whatever it is advertised for every episode, please give us a holler. But I am just so excited to be with you um, again in the
Me too.
studio. Well, it's your first time in the studio,
I know.
actually.
I love it.
Yes.
Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Love it. It's beautiful. Love the tree. That was the first thing I saw. But I love your arts and that wonderful photog
Yeah.
of yourself.
Solid. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, well, thank you. Looking stylish and fabulous as always.
Thank
And
you.
is the red to an ode to the holiday or it's
No,
just
I just love red. So you'll find me with red all year round.
like, yeah, okay. So are you secretly a Delta? Because that's the color.
No, I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
Mhm.
A friend of mine is a Delta, so she
Really?
always has red on every single time. So,
Oh,
but no, welcome to the
no.
show. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate
Thank you.
you coming on, and
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a fabulous show.
Yes,
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Yeah. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is we're going to talk about the Wellstorm Inc., which
Yeah.
you're the co-founder. But let's
Mhm.
talk about your ball that we just had because it's
Yes,
fresh in mind,
it
right?
is fresh in
It's
mind.
fresh in mind. So let's talk about it as we
Yeah,
wrap up the year. So, two
absolutely.
weekends ago, we
Yeah.
had the sneaker ball.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was so much fun.
Oh,
It
I
was,
did.
yeah, and I loved it personally because last year my feet were hurting because I was wearing them heels,
Yeah.
that and my feet were hurting. I couldn't even dance. I had to take them off to dance. So we decided this year, we were like, you know what? We're going to have a sneaker ball because then no woman will complain about their feet hurting.
Okay.
So we got to dress all nice and glamorous and wear some sneakers.
Okay. Can I tell you though, like I had a hard time in the sneakers.
I know.
I'm not used to. I'm like, why am I flat?
Yeah, I noticed that you bought a dress that you couldn't even tell that you had sneakers on.
Sneakers on.
I was like, she's covering them.
I mean, the dress was dressing.
I was.
I did love
You look gorgeous.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think C had the best compliment. She's like,
yeah.
I think it was like I look like the Oscar statuette.
Actually, yes. Dude, that's so funny. You really do.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
It was fun. It was good. And you're
Yeah,
right. It was definitely different
different.
coming home from a ball and not having pain.
Yes.
Um,
Amen.
yeah, I will say this weekend after my ball,
Yes.
oh, I was in pain.
I bet I wasn't.
you you wore sneakers again. You're
I sure did.
It was nice because you had some Cuban links on it.
I sure did. I had to bling it out so it could go
Like
with the theme, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sequins and Cuban links and all of that.
Everything.
You always find a way to
Everything.
I love it. I love it. You always have to add your own personal
Yeah.
touch to it.
I
and,
try. Yeah. I tried. And I was comfortable, so I felt good.
You
Yeah.
looked amazing.
So did you
Yeah,
with the
thank
outfit
you.
changes.
And then-
I had to get up in your level.
Listen, no, first of all, let me tell you, I want to host like the Oscars, the Emmy, or the Golden Globes.
Ooh, yeah.
I have a makeup artiste back there, and I have the
Yes.
stylist and the hairdresser that's there that's helping me get dressed. And I have
Mm.
different outfit changes. Like
I would be there with
yes, I like yes, you'll be the stylist. Come on, doctor. Let me tell you because
God.
to change, and
Yeah.
I had no mirror.
Oh
So
no.
like no mirror. So like I had one gown on for the red carpet.
Yes.
And then I went into the room to change and
Yeah.
like no mirror. And I was like, get what you get. And I'm like, fix it the hair.
And you're a good girl.
This better work.
It works.
Be fabulous or a hot mess.
No, it was wonderful. I need to buy both outfits. The one from the pink and the white.
Yes, girl.
I was like, where's mine?
Like, yeah.
Where's my light up suit?
I do. You know what though? I don't know. I'm fascinated by
I
like.
love those.
I think
Oh my
I
God.
do. I like anything that.
Yeah.
So Zendaya wore to the Met Gala. Who Anna Wintour. I mean, I know you don't know me, but if you want to invite me, I would be.
She comes in pairs.
Like, yeah, let's talk. I mean, I have to have a date, right? I have to have a date. I don't think I would get Paul to dress up like like a flower and come. So
Yeah.
be you and me, but
yeah.
I would love to. So she had on like it was like a Cinderella thing.
Oh really?
And then her stylist, Jay Roach, he like did this, like bippity boppity boo, like he was the fairy godmother, and like the gown like just changed, then like it changed color. And Claire Danes did another one, like, and I've been searching for those outfits for years, but it just is a little out of my price range.
Yeah.
So I'm working on it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm working on it. All right.
Well, let me know.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, so let's talk about. You know what? There's a lot that you do, so I want to really talk about the Wellstorm Inc. and the the idea behind it and why you formed it and all that with your co-founder. But I also know that you're a social worker and you also do some other things. So let's talk about like when you were growing up, what did you want to be? I mean,
seriously, something. Seriously. Definitely I always knew I wanted to help people. That was always like my calling. Like I've always loved volunteer work. I've always loved helping. It just filled me constantly, no matter what, whether like I think I was in high school and I would go to shelters and help out, or the PIP shelter at the time in Worcester, and I would help out with like the food and doing things like that. So it's stuff that I've always liked to do. I just didn't know what avenue to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be a police officer, being a community service. I didn't know if it was, who knows? There's so many different jobs. A doctor, like, nurse, people, they help people. But I think
you just knew you were going to be in service of others.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then I was actually talking to one of my good friends, and they were like, "You should look into social work." And from there, I did. It took a while because I first started like I went to Rob Roy Academy. Then I went to. I did.
Like, so you could do hair?
I can.
I've never been offered to do my hair. You've never offered to do my hair.
Because I don't want to. Girl.
You're taking me to the Rocky. She's like,
no, that's me. I don't want to. They loved you. I used to do my makeup all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Salon, working at salons, and I was like,
I'm done.
This ain't for me.
Yeah.
So then I used to work at a law firm. And then for a long time with David Cataldo, and he's a criminal lawyer. And for a long time, he was like, "You should be my paralegal." And I was like, "That means I'm going to be doing all the work and you get paid." And I was like, I don't think so. But he's like, well, look into like legal assistant or something, and then moved up to that. And so then I went to Salter school, I think it was called back then. Now it's Salter College.
Yeah.
I was certified for that, and I did it for a while, and he almost got me to do it.
Yeah.
Then I got pregnant with Edwin,
Yeah.
and then I was like, that's too much. And then I went to get my business degree.
Okay.
With Becker College, rest in peace.
Becker's is gone, gone.
It's gone,
Yes.
girl. And then that's after that is when I was talking to a good friend of mine, and I was like, I don't know which way to turn or do it. And then that's when I decided to go to get my master's in social work.
Okay.
And then from there, I did an internship and really loved it. Loved helping people, and I don't know, it just became my calling. So then while I was at Springfield College, that's where I met my co-founder, Jasenia Arroyo. And we talked a lot, and we noticed that we had a lot of similarities, meaning like homelessness, food insecurity, mental health in the family, just a lot of similarities. And we were like, wow, this is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
and then she also lived in Southbridge, which was another thing that I was like, oh, I obviously don't know you. I live there and you live there. So then we just clicked from there. And then as soon as we graduated, we started planning. It did start with 4 girls doing it at first, but then 2 left. So then it was just strictly Jasenia and I. And we created Wellstorm because of our upbringings, and because we both felt that nobody should go through what we endured, and we want to make things a little bit easier and better outcome, so they wouldn't have to face what we did. And that's how we started the Wellstorm.
All right. So tell me the significance behind the name.
Yeah. So the reason we came up with that was because we all go through some storms before we become well. So we called it the Well Storm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So you you started the Wellstorm in Southbridge, you and your partner.
Yeah.
And so how did you start that? What were some of the things that you guys doing? Because I know that you
Yeah.
guys have expanded, and some of the things that you're
Yeah.
telling me that you're doing, I think it's so fantastic. So I
Yeah.
really want the audience to hear, so you started
Yeah.
with a fridge.
So we had so many ideas. Like I think every person that starts a nonprofit,
Absolutely.
and we were like, we can't overwhelm ourselves because it's just us 3. Because we need, in order to start a nonprofit, you need at least 3 people, which is the president, a treasurer, and what's it called? Admin, like an
Yeah, to
administrative
do all the
assistant. Yeah,
yeah.
the note taking, pretty much. And at the time, we weren't an established 501c3, so we went under a fiscal sponsor through that time. And actually, we met that fiscal sponsor through Maria Ravelli, who did the Woo Fridges out here. So Maria has always been like an amazing human that shares her wealth, doesn't gatekeep. And she was like, you want to do a fridge over there? Heck yeah. Let's sit down. I'll give you the tools you need so you could start that process up. So with her guidance and help, we appreciate her, and I will always mention her name. We started the Bridge Fridge. It took like a year to get it approved, to get it the shed done, because we had to hire like a carpenter. We needed an electrician, and we needed space. Thankfully, Sarai at the time was working at the Renaissance Medical Group, and she was like, come, we could talk to Jesus, who is the CEO of the Renaissance Medical Group, which is an adult day health center there in Southbridge. And Jesus loved the idea, so shout out to them, because they gave us the first opportunity, which was finding a spot. So from there, we began with the community fridge, which is a fridge that people could drop food at any time, no questions asked, or they could take whatever they need, or drop off any food. It's a pantry. a upright freezer and a standard fridge. And then the only thing that's different with ours is that we also provide cat and dog food.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been able to provide for everyone, because I feel like if you're going through something and you have
Yeah,
animals, they're going to suffer too. So,
absolutely.
and we also mentioned that if they have a different type of animal, just to notify us, and we'll try to provide that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So far it's been successful. We work alongside the Board of Health, so we do have cameras just for safety reasons. We clean it twice a week. I mean, twice a week, twice a day,
Okay.
twice a day. Twice a day. So we do need volunteers constantly because we want to keep it clean, and especially after COVID, like we really
Yeah.
sanitize everything. We check for expirations. We check for the temps of the fridge and the freezers to make sure they're according to the guidelines. And we just sweep. We just make sure everything is good, and we check
Mm-hmm.
the expiration dates because wouldn't want to give anyone anything that's expired, or
Absolutely.
yeah. And we want everything to be fresh,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's a community fridge doesn't mean that it has to be the rotten food,
No,
you
absolutely.
know. So I always make sure that everything is good in there, and
Mm-hmm.
so do our volunteers. At first it was again just me, Jasenia, and actually most of her family members that live in Southbridge, which was amazing.
That's how it starts, girl.
So shout out to them, because without them, I don't know if we would have been able to do it, because
Mm-hmm.
they would, again, twice a day,
That's a
seven
lot.
days a week.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So thankfully, so that's how we started. We were able to fill the fridge once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the goal was to try to get more days in. So as of right now, we've been filled it 3 times a week now,
Mm-hmm.
in hopes of more. So we'll see what happens, but little by little, I feel like we just keep growing in that avenue. So,
Mm-hmm.
and there's more to come in
Mm-hmm.
January.
All
So
right, wonderful. So
yeah,
there has been, I know there's more to come, but there's
yeah,
been some other things that you're doing. And
yeah,
it's important that, we
hmm,
talk about these
yeah,
things because we want to,
hmm,
the folks that are out there that needs the help absolutely to know.
yeah,
And then folks that are out there that, are thinking that like, I want to donate to something and, some wants to donate in a big
hmm,
way and they want the hoopla,
hmm,
hey,
yeah,
and those want to do it, under the quiet, like just to
yeah,
whatever. So I want to make sure
absolutely.
they're understanding what it is that you do and what it is that you
Hmm,
provide and how they can
hmm,
either help or get help because
yeah.
there's only two types, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So I neglected to mention that we also have partnered with Harrington Hospital. So they also have a bridge fridge there. And so that's the opposite end of Southbridge from where my bridge fridge currently is at the Renaissance Medical Group. And then they also put one up at their Webster location as
Mm,
well. And there's a community closet there too.
wonderful.
The great thing about that partnership is that they take care of those.
Oh, I
So
love it.
we don't have to even do anything. The partnership is more of, if I have extra food, I'm going to bring it over to you, and vice versa, which
Wonderful.
is such a great partnership. And we appreciate them so much for doing that and for naming it after us, because they didn't have to do that either.
No,
Um,
absolutely. Because you've
so
inspired them.
yeah, so
Hmm.
it's been amazing to see that. We're working on getting the fridge more centralized, another fridge and a community closet more centralized. So that would be more to come in January.
Hmm.
We also do a postpartum depression group for women. So we call it the Mom Support Group.
Hmm.
And that's run by Yolanda Ramos.
Lovely.
I know. She's so great.
She
And
is.
though that's monthly,
Hmm.
we are doing it virtually for right now, but in the future there's more to come on that as well, because we might do little mixers for moms, or networking events where we can like talk amongst moms about the
Hmm.
struggles we face, about things that maybe not we don't get a chance to maybe talk about.
Hmm.
Um so we that's more to come in 2025. So yeah, so Yolanda does that. She also runs our art therapy group for
Hmm.
teens, which we did that last year and it was so successful that they want it again this year. So we're gonna do that. We actually already got funding for it, so it's amazing. So it's definitely happening in the summer.
I love it.
So we're excited about that. Um, My co-founder, Jasenia, she took a class for kids with disabilities and the autism spectrum. So we are going to start helping out not only parents with the kids that have kids with autism, but also do some form of therapy with their children as well. And that would be completely free. We are looking into getting some interns with the social work backgrounds to assist with that. We also want to do one-to-one free therapy for our community. So we're hoping to expand in the mental health aspect of things by doing stuff like this. And then we also want to partner up with other organizations within Southbridge to do more like financial literacy for our youth, resume writing, because I feel like we don't get that as often. I remember going to school and having home ec.
Get it at all. In financial literacy, I think now they're talking about it, but it's
Yeah.
not a skill that we were taught.
No,
And I mean, and
no.
let's not even go back to way back in the day when women weren't even allowed to have bank accounts and stuff like that. But I think even now, and I think when we were doing leadership Worcester, I think we found out. I think Worcester Tech they were doing some things with financial literacy,
Yeah.
and I think it's something that now
They're
so many
starting.
people having the conversation about it. I think it's more and more schools will involve that,
I hope
but
so.
it's important.
It is important because I feel like if I had that or if I had a mentor to guide me throughout that process, who knows what I would have been right now. I don't know. Maybe I would have been the president.
You could be, but I don't think you could get any better than this. So, no, who knows? Like, you are incredible and amazing. So, whatever it is that you have, I don't think anything else would have changed what you were meant to be. So, I think you're exactly who you're meant to be.
Thank you.
You're making such a difference to so many. And I
Thank
applaud you for
you.
doing it in Southbridge because I think, one of the things that I found, like, there's a need all over, right? When we traveled, I think it was last year, like my years are blended together, to go on vacation. We drove and we went to like New York, New Jersey, Baltimore, and all those places, and we saw such need in communities. We saw so many people struggling with being unhoused. We saw so many people struggling with food insecurity. We saw so many people struggling with mental illness. So it's not just one area that's affected. I think it's a nationwide epidemic. To be very, very honest, and I think there's a lot in Worcester, and say what you will, I know that there's a lot of different organizations doing a lot of different things. I do wish sometimes they would partner more and kind of figure it out. But I will say you're the only one that I've heard of that's doing something in Southbridge, and I know that there's a need in Southbridge. I mean, I don't visit it often. I'm not gonna lie. So because if you don't have a need, you don't really go places, right? But I see things in Worcester, so I think it's important that you didn't say like I'm gonna do it in Worcester because you certainly would have gotten more support. It would have been a lot easier to do it in Worcester. But you're still also heavily involved in Worcester.
I am.
So I applaud you for doing it in Southbridge, and I encourage those that are looking to donate, contribute. Even if you can't give your time, you can give financially to help out in Southbridge because there is a need. It's not like you're doing it and nobody wants it.
Exactly.
There is a need for it. So please continue to do that. I know the things that you're doing is amazing. Like just like the food alone, and I know that you're doing some partnership and trying to find beds and trying to find clothing,
furniture, clothing,
like just every single thing. So I do envision you going even bigger. But
goals.
it's just the two of y'all for now. So for right now, we need grants.
We need money.
Like we need money.
We need money. But I do have to say though, we have grown in regards to volunteers. And,
I love that.
And committee, like my steering committee. A lot of ladies. That's why I think this year. Last year we only gave out I think like 4 awards. This year we did like almost 10.
Oh, nice.
And it was because we had such great support. Like we have these dynamic women that help me every Thursday to pick up to rescue food. And I developed the concept of every community is our community. And they inspired that because some of them live in Leominster, or they live in Auburn, or they live in Leicester. And not only are they driving to North Brookfield to pick up the food, but then they're delivering that food to Southbridge.
Yeah.
And Wallstrom doesn't pay gas. Wallstrom doesn't
Yeah.
do anything. They do it just because they believe in the mission.
Absolutely.
And they don't want any of that. And I appreciate them so much. They know who they are, and they won awards for a reason. And they do this weekly, so it's not like, you know, it's
a one and done. Yeah.
No, they're constantly, what do you need? What are we doing? And if I ever need a volunteer, even for the gala, for example, which you knew, we only had an hour to decorate, girl.
I don't know how y'all did it.
I don't either, but like, thank God I had them.
For your
because
people.
Yes, because without them, I think I don't even know how I would have done it.
Yeah, said, listen, you come, you eat, moving on.
Yes, girl. Yes. It was like, next time you guys are not even gonna get any centerpieces, nothing.
Yeah.
Because if I only get an hour, that's
it was rough. Like, yeah.
I was sweating.
I know. I'll tell you a little trick that I did. Because last year when we did our ball, I know it's gala season, right? Last year when I did our ball, I learned something from that. And then I had a different idea, and I was like, and it really made it go by so fast.
Okay.
It literally cut my prep time in half. Yeah.
Okay,
so
spill the tea.
I mean, we could spill the tea. How is the secret? So last year I had, I have the decoration for each table.
Yeah.
And, I had so I knew what it was. So like this bag, I had vases, all the vases in this bag, and all the spinning thing in that one. So the night before, what I did was I prepped each table exactly what was going to go on each table and put it in the bag. All right. So it was like me and my sister. So when there was a tray, there was a vase, there was snowflakes, there was reindeers, there was a house.
Okay.
And a big standing reindeer. It was all in the bag. So the day when we went there, the hotel had the tablecloths on it. So all I had to do was put the bags on each table. She went right after me and just took it out of the bag and put it in and just fell. It was just like, wow. It was just like, so yeah. I know decorators, it's not a deep secret. Y'all might have already known this, but it was just incredible because I noticed the year before, like, because I had all the houses in one bag, right? So I was making multiple trips because I was like all there. I was like, okay, let me get the centerpiece and put it there, and let me get that. But no, like the night before, I stayed up. I put it all in one bag. Literally, just put it on the table.
Love that.
All set, and then she just went around, took it out, boom, fold the bag, put it away. And then in the evening, when you were done, it was the same thing. When I put the bag on the table, she put it in there, and it was done. I was like, Lord, with that.
See, this is how you learn, right?
That's it. It was, I'm going to tell you, it literally cut my prep time in half. Like, because I knew it. And I actually had taken a picture of what so I set it on my table at home, took a picture of it and sent it to her. So she knew exactly what it was. And then it was just like, it was a whole lot easier.
Love it. Yeah.
Like, it really was.
Yeah.
So preparation is so important. But again, you live and you learn.
Exactly.
The way I had it the year before, I thought it was very convenient because I was like, I know where all the tree is, right? They're all in the center. Got the tree, I got the spinning.
Yeah. So then you were running around.
Yeah. This year, literally once.
I know you were done when I got there, and I'm early.
Like, no. Oh, we were done at 2.
See? Wow.
Yeah, we were done at 2:00. I went home, showered, did my makeup and all that because I had 2 gowns.
Yeah, like you guys are done.
Like,
I got there, I was like, okay.
Yeah, so we did and came back for 5:00.
Wow.
So my sister, I'm gonna tell you a secret, girl. She fell, so she worked. So she fell the day before.
Oh no!
And busted up her face. Yeah,
it didn't look it.
So because I did her makeup.
Wow.
Yeah. So
why you do my makeup? Welcome to my world.
Like, do I want to share that?
See, now you understand Nataki.
I do. Well, Nataki stopped braiding years ago. She was like, nope, I don't braid. Yeah. She doesn't do braid.
That's funny.
So she fell, and like her face, her eye was swollen, her nose was like,
you did good, girl. I could not tell.
Yeah, she kept saying, beat my face, and I'm like,
wow.
She was in a lot of pain though, because like every time I touched her face, she was like, ow. So I was contouring and doing a thing. So that took me a minute because I was like, her gown, let me tell you, she started paying for her gown, and she said,
wow,
she got it for you bridal and prom. She started paying from her gal from
I
December
love it.
2023, right? So she was like, I said, Denise, you could stay home. She's like, and not wear my gown and miss the ball.
You know what she told me?
Well,
She looked at my dress. She's like, "Girl, I got that too, but in gold."
yes.
Like, I love it.
And yeah. So I did her makeup, then I did mine, and
Yeah,
then we were back there by, like 5 o'clock. You know me.
I love it.
I think whenever you're doing an event, I
Yeah.
think you owe it to the folks,
Mhm.
especially it's like you owe it to people to start it on time and be there on time, and it's
Absolutely.
something.
I agree.
Now, am I an always punctual person to events? Let's not talk about that, Carla.
But to you, because you are.
Yeah, 'cause I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it
Yeah,
for those that are showing up.
that's right.
So it's just like
Love it.
you bought a ticket to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
You should not show up, and I'm not ready for you.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
And it's the same thing like with the tea parties.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a party at my house, you show up that when you show up, you're helping with decoration.
That's why that's exactly what I told your sister. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, I could help with anything. Just put me to work because I know I'm early."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, we're done." I was like, "Oh."
We don't play.
But
We don't play. But yeah, a house party, y'all know that's whole different.
I know.
Like you come and you helping with the decoration.
And
That's
I
just how
would.
it is.
And I
but
would.
I know you would. I know you would. But
I love it.
so I know you guys had the gala 2 years
Yeah.
in a row.
Yes.
And anything planned for 2025 that we can look forward to, or will be revealed?
All will be revealed soon.
Yeah. Well, you better come here because this is called. You can spill the tea.
Oh, spill the tea. Yeah.
I'm gonna spill the tea and just share.
TBD.
TB. Okay. No, I can't wait to hear because there's so much, going on.
There is, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There were so many ones. Like I know Adelante had the Parandon, and everybody loves that. Unfortunately, I didn't get the ticket on time, so I couldn't join them. But it looked like a great time. I was like, ooh. And there was many. Like the Main South had theirs too. It looked beautiful.
It did.
Yeah, like there was just so many different events, so
it was. I know. I will say, first I want to thank everybody that came to the gala. It was an incredible time. I had a great time. Manny was fantastic.
Yes, he was.
As my co-house, and he's so good. And he was like, I cleaned up for you, Suzanne. He was looking in the nice in his suit and his lineup. But the Main South, like I wanted to go to support Katia and Lorna and all of them. But listen, I knew I was going to be tired because the night before
was yours.
The ball,
the
Friday night, like I'm always up to like 2 a.m. making sure everything, because I do place cards and everything.
Yep.
So I'm up making sure that's all set and the table assignments and all of that.
Yeah.
And I knew that. And then the day of the thing. Again, it's the day of the thing.
Yeah.
So I knew the Sunday, I would be.
I know.
I couldn't.
It's
and
a lot.
I'm glad because I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And I actually had muscle contract because I was I was in heels like for hours. Yeah, I was in heels for hours. So my feet were like, you need to get off. They're like, you need to get off. I was like laying in bed with them elevated.
Yep.
Yeah, I was.
I know. Like them sneakers are looking real fine now.
They are. I mean, I did get sneakers.
Did you?
I did. Well, no, not new one. I got them for your ball.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I saw those. Those are beautiful.
Those are sparkly.
I love them.
Yeah, I do see some other pink sparkly ones that I want, but they don't have my size.
Okay. So we got to keep looking.
We got to keep looking. So Carla is a shoe person. So if you find a shoe and you're like, oh my God, I really don't need this shoe. She's not the person to ask, should I buy this? Because she's gonna say buy it.
I sure am. I guess we'll get it.
You really do have a love for shoe, and you shoe. I'm sorry, your partner's watching this. Shoe.
I'm gonna start saying they're Suzanne's.
Like
she let me borrow.
I do. I lent her. God.
I know. Like now, my sneaker game is getting up there.
Here's the thing, though, because once you start liking something, I'm the type of person you have to have multiple.
Me too. And you need every color.
Yeah.
They need to match, just like my glasses.
I know. Where are the red ones?
Well, I wanted the metal because these have the metal gray. So,
Of course. I mean, why wouldn't you?
mhm,
know.
no. See, and I have the little gray.
It's the bling, the bling.
The
You know, you
bling.
gotta have the bling, right?
Yes.
Gotta have the bling. I know, like Sean was the first one who's like, you need sneakers. I was going to a
See?
basketball
I know that
game.
you.
Yeah, he was like, you need sneakers.
Yeah.
And so I got these sneakers, but then they had the pink one and
Mm,
they have all these other colors. And then I
yeah.
got the sparkle ones and then they have gold. All right. So basically, my sneaker game is going to be up a little bit, and it's going to be sparkle. So I'm not going to be the Nike ones because I'm like, there, I can't find any Nikes with any bling. And
Yeah.
so Nike, if you're looking out, like you can do a very, very, very sparkly, bedazzled sneaker.
Unless you go to Etsy, girl.
Like, yeah, I know.
But they're expensive.
Etsy.
Really?
Once they said they shipped it and I never received it, so they refund my money.
Ooh,
And then they canceled my order. Like,
Oh,
with Etsy.
damn. So
Yeah,
Converse,
I
right?
know. They were nice.
And
They were
they look
nice.
good.
They were nice. Yeah, they did. Them too bad we're not the same size.
I know. Just said I got yours.
It's okay. Mine's a little big on
Let me
you.
drink my tea.
Like, mine's a little big on you, but you still wear them, and and yours is a little tight on me. All right, so tell us how to find the Well Store. I want to make sure that we're you on also.
All our social media, which is Instagram and Facebook, it's the Wellstorm Inc.
Mhm.
You'll find us there.
I love it. You
Yeah.
made it so easy.
Yes, very
Like,
simple,
yeah.
very easy. We're actually in January going to have a fundraiser for the flight deck in Southbridge, and it's pancakes.
I saw.
Girl,
I saw.
you should come.
Yeah.
It's a holiday. So yeah, they'll give a portion of the proceeds to the Wellstorm. So we're very excited about that, and I love to eat. So it was like a win-win situation,
Gotcha. Okay. You know, I saw a meme today that I saved that I was actually gonna send to you, but I just didn't have the time. It said, "Any meeting without food should have been an email."
Thank you. To a networking event or anything, I'm like, is there some type of food? Because I'm hungry. To go to a networking event at 5 p.m. and not give us something. You better give me some cheese and crackers. You better give me something.
So you know my issues with eating and food, so I don't care.
I do, guys.
You and the talking man parking. This parking up good.
Good too.
What's food?
But no, I need to fill.
Touche. I do. I make sure I'm like it. If I have an event, I'm like, come eat first.
You did good, by the way, the gala, because I was like, oh, she didn't make me wait too long, and
Yeah.
she had.
Like no, because I create the agenda.
Yeah.
Like I'm like okay, because I was like start at 6:30.
Yeah.
Like 6:30 to 7:30, and then they had the setup.
Yeah.
So no, I tried to think of everything. So
yeah, it was good.
trying to make sure that
That's how we did too. We were like appetizers, food.
Yeah,
I
and
was
then,
hungry.
like a little
girl.
breather.
Yes.
And then
I
like
loved it.
I mean,
It was like
people-
perfect.
the tickets are not cheap, and I get
Yeah.
it, and I and I want to say this, and
Yeah.
I appreciate so much like for your gala
Yeah.
and my ball, the folks that pay the tickets, and I want you
Mhm.
all to know that, and believe me, I know it's a lot of money and we do appreciate it, but like
Yeah.
the spaces are expensive.
They sure are.
It's as simple as that. Like the spaces
Yeah.
that we pay for, the foods are expensive.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pray we get a building
Absolutely.
because I think we'll be able to drastically reduce our prices on things.
Yes.
But yeah,
Mhm.
like everything
Yeah.
that we pay for because people want
Everything.
and ambiance. I mean, otherwise we
Mhm.
would just go do it in a parking lot in a tent.
Absolutely. We don't want that.
Exactly. So yeah, we want, we want bougie.
Yeah.
But bougie cost.
They sure do. I
Look,
mean, if they're willing to go to Boston and pay for
yeah,
something like that, why can't they come here and do it?
exactly,
So,
exactly. And I know, and I was looking at a couple balls in Boston. I think it's like $300.
ooh, cha.
Yes, I know. Well, I don't mind that as much as like then you got to pay like $80 to
Park.
park. So I would pay for the ticket and then have to pay for the parking and then sit in traffic.
I know.
Like
I know.
that's rough.
It
Although I
is rough.
will say my mom's on several boards and she's on the Family Health Center board. And I went to an event with her in Boston
Yeah.
and they sent a limo.
Time.
Here's the deal. Like to be like last on the pickup because I don't remember what I was doing. I had kids pickup, but he came to me first. So I was just like, all of a sudden, mom's like, the limo's outside, like dressed, the hair is wild,
Yeah.
makeup's not done,
Yeah.
and he's outside. And I was like, can you go? And it was like traffic. So he
Mhm.
was like, so I was like, okay. So I threw everything in the bag
Yeah.
and like did my makeup like in the back of the car and
Mhm.
all of that. But it was just,
I love it.
it was very nice though. I'm not gonna lie to go
Yeah.
on the Mass Spike in a limo. Like,
Mm.
and they pull up at the hotel door, they let you
Love
out.
it.
And of course, when you pull up, everybody's like, who's
Who's
that? Who's
Yeah,
that?
who that? Who
It's like,
that?
who is she? Is she somebody famous?
I mean, people do think you're famous. Girl. What was the one woman that said, was it Diana Ross?
Like, or
Who was it? And I was like, I could hear them talking about you, and I'm like, I know she does look like her.
can you imagine? Listen, Diana, it's okay. I'll be you any day. I promise I'll be gracious. Like, I can't. Can't.
Me
I,
neither.
okay. Serious face. So this year, a lot of great things happened this year.
Yeah.
So you and I happen to be, and let me say kudos to you because you've been doing a lot of speaking this year.
Oh my
And I am
goodness. I
so
know. I
I am
know.
so proud of you because I remember
Yeah.
you telling me like I'm shy. I
Mhm.
don't like to speak about like, yeah, okay. Like that's gonna change. You need to be
Yeah. Absolutely. And like I think and you were the one that gave me the first opportunity. And then I feel like from there I was like, okay, I gained that confidence. So like you gave me that opportunity that others didn't.
Mm.
You know, you saw the light in me, and I thank you so much for that because not everybody's like that.
Okay.
But yeah, so thank
Okay.
you so much.
Anytime.
Yeah, I've been speaking a lot, so that was definitely one of my goals to get out there, whether it's a panel discussion. I did my first, is it, I don't know, keynote in a way.
Yes.
It was like a fireside chat, you
Mhm.
know, with the Women's Initiative,
That
and
was beautiful. Mhm.
yeah, and then we graduated from Leadership Worcester, which was awesome. Wait, was that your last this year?
It's girl. It's
Has it been
this
that
year.
long?
So it's so you and I we've been doing like last year. No, we're still in the year. We're still in 2024. So no, we did graduate.
We
Leadership
did. It
Worcester
was this year.
It was this year. The event
Yeah,
was this year.
I know. It's
This-
so crazy. There's so many things we've done. Like
Yes.
it's so crazy. And just to think about it, like this was actually our first year to go back to Wells. I'm sorry. We did the back to school event.
Oh,
and that
really?
was our first
Yeah.
event that we've done. And it was so successful. I was so proud of everybody in Wellstorm because we were able to give out 350 book bags
Wow.
with supplies.
That's
brand
awesome.
new.
In Southbridge.
In Southbridge.
That's that many people there.
That many people. And I think if we had more, we would have been able to give
Wow.
out more. And we had three amazing, two were barbers, and they brought two of their staff with them.
Mhm.
And then one was a hairstylist, and it was free haircuts for the youth before school started. We also had the bouncy house. We had a DJ. We had free ice cream for everybody.
Love that.
And then we had vendors as
Yeah.
well, so they could know what's out there in the community for resources and things like
I
that.
love that.
Oh my God, it was so amazing. I can't wait to do it again this year. And nobody has done that out there. Well, let me take that back. I think they have, but it's just not on that scale.
That's like 350.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, because you think of Southbridge and you think it's a tiny place.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would give away 350.
I
So when you had
know.
told me, I was just like,
Yeah, it was
you
great.
were collecting. Your
Yes.
car was
Oh
piled
my
up.
goodness.
I think you guys.
I think my car is piled up so much now with it's either food or I don't know, a chair, whatever's needed in the community.
Exactly. So this year, you guys were blessed with a transportation for the Wellstorm.
Yes.
Which,
yeah.
because your
So
car
we
wasn't
have.
able to handle.
I know. So we do have a refrigerated truck.
Yes.
Sometimes we use it for that. Sometimes we use it for others.
Yeah.
Whatever we need it for.
Whatever you need
like
it.
we need
Absolutely.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's been a blessing. Shout out to the Greater Worcester Foundation because they have helped us so much. And without them, I don't think we would have made it this far because they give us the opportunity of giving us grants when others were like, you're too new.
Yeah.
And which I never understood that.
It's an age-old thing, like you're too new. And
Yeah.
it's just like,
it's like you have to prove yourself first,
but
and then I'll help you.
People don't give you a chance.
Yeah. Exactly. How do I prove myself? I have to give my money then because you won't believe in me. So there was a lot of no's in the beginning, but Greater Worcester Foundation said
That's
yes.
awesome. Shout out to them.
Shout out, yeah.
Yeah.
Always. And they've always been great to us. Always,
Awesome.
always.
And there'll be no more no's because you know what? And that's what I find. But I think the right yes is just that's all you need.
That's
you can get 1,000 no's, but you only need one yes.
And that's what took us off. Like from there,
Absolutely.
Like it's been amazing, and we're so grateful with everyone's support in us. We just recently received a check from a women's club out in Dudley, which we weren't expecting, and that just because they believe in our mission and what we do. And I don't know. So I feel like this year we've grown so much with the different things we are doing for the community. And I just can't wait for next year. And, now we have someone that is going to be doing specifically fundraising and. Yes. Yeah, so that's Brittany. She's going to be doing that for us, and I'm so thankful for her. She's actually on the school committee with me.
I love it.
She's very proactive. She's all about helping. She's also a social worker. And then of course we have now Brooke from Wardrobe on Wheels. That also. Wow, you're getting this tea first here because the first.
I mean, sipping tea, spilling
tea. Go on. She's our VP, our brand new VP for the Wellstorm.
Nice.
So she's bringing her program to us, but like it's hers, and I told her, just because you're our VP doesn't mean that becomes Wellstorms. That is your entity that you're gonna allow us
collaboration.
Exactly.
Collaboration.
And that's what I always want, to collaborate. Amen. Every community is like our community.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I mean, so that's fantastic. Like kudos to like everything that you guys are doing, the partnership, the collaboration, continuing to do it in Southbridge. That, like I said, there is a need, and you really rarely see things happening there. And I mean, it could be happening there. I'm just not seeing it. So kudos for doing that. We talked a little bit about your speaking engagement. We talked about Leadership Worcester. I also want to mention that you have gone back after the new class of Leadership Worcester, and you have spoken to them.
I have.
So that's actually really,
Shout out
really
to
nice.
Karen for giving me that opportunity.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed it, and I love the new class. It's amazing. They have a lot of great individuals there, including Sylvia.
Sylvia
and Jordan. Jordan.
He did buy a ticket. Donate, because
he's so amazing.
He did. It's like buy a ticket, so he could make the ball, and was able to plus one lucky person to attend the ball. And
see, and that's all. Sometimes
that's it. That's it.
You can support us that way too.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
You can't come.
That's Just pay for somebody. And for those of you can't listen, we're not watching anybody's pocket. We understand that the economy and stuff.
Absolutely.
So, send us your prayers too.
That's
just pray that.
Or even just sharing.
That's it.
Sharing
that's
the content. And I do that constantly.
Because
let me tell you.
Yeah, you do, girl.
I can't afford to pay for every single friend's.
Yeah. And that's okay. And that's okay.
Things, but sharing helps because then someone that maybe is on your friends list may be able to go or may be able to buy or may be able to do something. And who knows, maybe they'll share too, and then that's a whole different networking.
Absolutely. It's the cheapest
Yeah.
and a wonderful way
Yeah,
to help somebody, to support somebody's business,
absolutely.
just to share.
Yes,
And you are
absolutely.
constantly sharing.
Yeah. I mean, I
Uh,
do try,
you
yeah.
do.
But
It's a lot to keep up because you know so many people, so many do.
yeah,
I find it easier to share in my stories because I get a
yeah.
lot more
Yes.
interaction on my
I like the
stories,
stories
and then
too.
I like to add music. Like
Yeah. Oh, I love music
I
too.
do enjoy the music
Yes,
part to
I
it.
do
So like
too.
yeah. And
It's
folks,
great.
you never know how folks will react or
Yeah.
do whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And another thing we're doing with the Woo socks.
Okay. Yes. So
Yeah.
thank you for starting that.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what that is?
I love bringing it up, and then she turns right back to me.
This is a good interview, huh? Yeah, no, I'm so
So,
excited.
yeah.
You did this. You
Yeah.
reached out to me and told me that you
Mhm.
wanted me to be a part of it, and
Yeah, of course.
I'm excited. So let's talk
So,
about it.
actually, Jordan reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, I want to get an advisory board for the Caribbean day at the Woo Sox." And I was like, "Let's do it." And so then he's like, "Do you know people?" And I was like,
Do I
yeah,
know people?
yes, I think I do."
Like yeah.
So of course I went to look for my Caribbean brothers and sisters and got a group together. Last year I thought it was great.
It was. Yeah.
This year hopefully it will be that much greater. But yeah, so there's a couple of us on the advisory board. So we're gonna be needing folks. We're gonna be needing DJs and kids to throw the first pitches and a
Yeah.
bunch of different things. So if you are from the Caribbean, saying like St. Lucia, Jamaica, Bahamas,
All of them.
all of them.
Trini.
Yes,
Canada. Yeah,
yes,
all of them.
all of
Like yeah,
them.
all of them.
Reach out to
Like
me, to
yeah.
Suzanne. Just reach out. Let us know where you're from. If you know a vet that's from any of those Caribbean places,
Mm-hmm.
let us know.
Because we honor vets. And
Yes,
we do last year we were able to do 2 moments of silences for
yes,
Danielle Gaskin, who is the
mm-hmm.
husband of Jennifer Gaskin, who
Yes,
passed away, and
mm-hmm.
also Glennis Boyce, who is the mother of Marsha
Mm-hmm.
Bertrand. It was really nice
Yes,
to
it was beautiful.
have them have a moment of silence for them. So that was
Absolutely.
really cool.
Yeah.
And we are next year, we are certainly planning ahead for that, and we'll get an
Yes.
opportunity. I mean, girl, I was in Cancun when it was happening.
I know she.
I was on the beach thinking of y'all.
Yeah. This year she'll be there though.
Yes.
With some sneakers.
Unless somebody is getting married. No. Sorry,
All right.
so that. And then we also, girl, we did a lot together. Like, Lord. I was gonna say we did our first 5K together.
Yeah.
Did another one. So we joined Shop Run Club together.
Oh my God. I love them.
I did. So motivated though.
I need to get back into it because when I do it by myself, it's kind of boring.
It is boring.
But when you do it with a group, it's
Yes.
so much more motivating and fun.
Yeah.
So shout out to Che and to the fellas of, oh my God,
Barbershop, something or another.
Oh.
Is it Michelangelo?
Michelangelo shop.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for starting that up and
Yeah.
and for Che inviting us.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's amazing. I was always like, me running, yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
But we did it,
We
yeah.
did.
We did it, and
I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of you. A girl.
yeah.
What did the Bible scripture say? The wicked run when no one is chasing them. See that scripture? Because I'm like, I ain't do nothing. But I will say, has been nice.
It has. Yeah.
So,
But we're still we have like a little chat and
Stan,
they posting away, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm like, damn.
No.
I was
I'm
like,
not doing it.
I was like, let me go my elliptical.
No, I'm not running through this cold, y'all. No, this Caribbean blood is not thick enough yet. 37 years. I still, it's fun.
It's
And
amazing.
the 5K,
And
we did
and we did
ours.
yeah, that was amazing.
That was fun.
That was so much fun.
Pain after. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was in so much pain.
I know, I
And
know.
then I could be shorts.
Yeah,
After I
yeah,
was just like, okay, I'm
yeah,
done. But
yeah.
then you did another one.
I did do another one. It was with the I don't know if it's the Y. It was
What?
with the but it was at the YWCA in Greendale. But no, YMCA.
This so was Casa too, or
I think they had a team.
oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because
Was it the Casa team or a barbershop run club? Okay.
yeah, I did.
Oops.
I took a picture with them.
Like you did. I mean, but you're on the Casa board, so
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, sure, but you to do like I can't give up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
We have our hands in so many different
I
things,
know we
and you
do.
want to support. Like
I
that's
do.
why cheer for people. Like I say to
Yeah.
people, like, listen, you have an event, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm coming. If it's, I'll be the only one in the audience cheering. Like I
Yeah.
will cheer because like
Absolutely.
sometimes you just need someone to say, hey,
Yeah.
good job.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
So like. But listen, just wanted to say I am so proud of you and
Thank
everything
you.
that you have done. And
Mhm.
honestly, to see the transformation,
Yeah.
like you coming out of your shell
I know,
and
right?
you standing up for and advocating not only for yourself and others and just
Mhm.
blossoming, like you were already powerful.
Yeah.
And you just needed to see that and know
Yeah.
that and believe that. And I think
Yeah.
you knew it, but like you always
Yeah.
like held yourself back as like, I don't want the limelight. One of the
Oh,
things
I hate it, but
and but I always say to people, it's
yeah.
just like we're placed in the limelight not because we're seeking it,
Yeah.
but because we need others. There are others that are a part of your journey that needs to see you in that limelight doing
Mm.
something that's going to galvanize them, that's going to motivate them, that's going to
Mm.
inspire them to step outside of their comfort
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say, why me? I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you're embracing that
Mhm.
and said, you know what, there is a purpose for me being there.
Mm.
And even though it still may not be second nature yet, it will
Mhm.
get there
Yeah.
because where you
Absolutely.
were 2 years ago is not where you are now. So
Absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
proud of the
Thank
transformation. I
you.
was always proud of who you were,
Yes,
but
you are.
just really seeing you coming into your own and just
Yes.
embracing the phenomenal woman that you are. So
Aw,
really
thank you,
say
Queen.
anytime, queen. Anytime, queen. So I want to say, because I know that we're running out of time. So
Yeah.
you identify as Afro Latina,
Yes.
and why is it so important for you to
Mhm.
acknowledge both parts of your identity?
Um, there's huge colorism issues, back home.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather was probably darker than you,
Mm.
actually.
Yeah.
And that's where we get in. That was my mom's dad.
Mm.
And to me, he was like my father because
Yeah.
he's the one that raised me with my mom. He's the male figure. Um, and so I always embraced that about myself, like even people would I didn't even embrace my curls at one point.
Mm.
Um, Now I just can't live without them. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm always with my curls. One's in the blue, I'll do the straight just to
Yeah.
look a little different, but we love our
Early Barbie.
yeah, we love our
Yes.
curls, so yeah, it's just important culturally. Like people need to embrace those things. Like
Mm.
my grandfather was my everything,
Mm-hmm.
and I know he went through a lot, especially being in the army. He was a vet, and I want to make sure that our people
Mm.
uplift each other, no
Mm.
matter what your color of your skin is. Who you are, and just embrace each other.
Mm.
Like you said, we're stronger together. So,
Yeah.
like, I'm tired of the negativity and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. Let's unite because we
Mm.
could move so
Mm-hmm.
much faster that way. So,
Absolutely. Well,
so
all right. Well, thank you for saying that. You've
thank
always
you.
shared that, and you always say I'm a proud Afro Latino, and I think it's so important that
Mhm.
we acknowledge that, and
Mhm.
that we live freely and boldly,
Yes.
and proudly of who we are, and not
Mhm.
feeling that we have to hide one part of ourselves in order
Absolutely.
to be accepted.
Yeah.
Because I think we all deserve that in life. We all
Mhm.
deserve love and acceptance for who we are,
Mhm.
not who somebody else wants us to be.
Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Love it.
All right. So thank you for that. Well, thank you for coming on. I will say this. I think starting a nonprofit is challenging. And I think a lot of times, folks just get discouraged. And, so I always think that folks should, reach out, like look at the amount. If you're looking to do something, look around, see who's around you, and reach out to folks who are doing it and ask their advice. And,
Absolutely.
either they could say, no, I'm not going to help you, or they'll help you. You never know. And if they say no, well, move on.
Move on.
But just offer some word of encouragement for someone who has an idea to start a nonprofit, and like tell them step one. Like, what's the first thing you should
absolutely
do? Like,
I agree. Somebody just reached out to me the other day, wanted to do something similar to me, and I was like, let's do it.
Okay.
Here are the jewels.
All right. Okay.
Step-by-step tools, again, we have so many therapists for a reason. You can't just have that one therapist.
You can't.
You need different therapists. Just because one works for you doesn't mean that they're going to work for me.
Absolutely
So
not.
that's why we need different nonprofits, different agencies, different everything, because not everybody's your cup of tea, and they need a variety.
Listen, and it's the truth. Like, you and I are friends and we hang out, but like, I could shop for 10 hours and not eat, and you would hurt me.
I would die. Like, no. I need a cinnamon bun, and I need some rice and some fried chicken first, and then we may proceed.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, we still get along.
Yeah, we do. So
to all be alike.
Amen. Cheers.
Cheers.
Tea.
Cheerios and all that. Good morning to you.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, this has been fantastic. I had such a great time. I knew that I would sit down with you and have it in. So, listen, for those of you who are tuned in, this is the fabulous Miss Carla Delacruz Davila. She is a social worker. She's a community leader. She is a speaker. She is the co-founder of the Wellstorm Inc. Pay attention to them. Watch their page. They have a lot of things that are coming up for 2025. Yes, I'm so glad that we're friends, and there, there's so many things that she's doing that I'm inspired by. Thank you to our loyal viewers on YouTube and Positive Vibe Studio, Facebook on the Positively Suzanne. Shout out to our executive producer, Paul Anderson, and he's also, and our sponsor, Paul Anderson Photography. If I think this is the last show before the Christmas.
Hey.
So, Merry Christmas to to be like Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
We need the karaoke.
Something. I'm not to the beat. I'm trying to do in my mind. I'm hearing Stevie Wonder, happy birthday. Do something. We got
happy holiday to ya. Holiday to ya.
And if we didn't lose any subscribers, I mean, she's killing her karaoke.
Don't play with us in karaoke.
Y'all know. So, thank you all so much. We appreciate you tuning in. I am always, as your fabulous host, Miss Positively Suzanne with
Carla Delacruz Davila.
Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays.